Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Democracy 3. We are playing as Canada. No, we're playing as Canada. Just joking. We're doing pretty well. We're trying to turn the country into, I don't know, a country where religious people live, where everybody's religious. That's what we're going for. 100% of the population is religious. And you know what? I'd be very, very grateful if you could just smash that like button on this video. I know we're gonna go for 5 likes again. I think why not? Might as well. 5 likes on this video. Let's go see if we can do it, and let's get started. So at the end of last episode, we sort of were a bit concerned with how badly the economy was doing, especially our GDP. And I've decided that we're going to take action. How much political capital do we get per turn? 16. Okay, so our options are as follows. Raising income tax, get us extra money. Raising it to almost, well, probably to about here, increased it by 75%. Yeah, increased to about 75%, I said. Yeah, so that's our option. Or, alternatively, we can just introduce the brand new policy of the flat income tax. And that's going to cost us 3 turns to get... that's going to take us 3 turns to get to. Because we're not going to get it next turn, but we're going to get it the turn after that. So I'm not sure if it's worth holding off until then, or it's just, you know, get the income tax, or just raise the income tax next turn. Because obviously this is only going to cost us 30 political capital to raise, whereas the other policy is going to cost us 43 political capital or something to introduce. So that's the option. We don't have to make the decision until next turn anyway. We have 18 political capital at the moment, which we're not going to spend. However, I just did want to draw your attention to something quickly, and that is next turn we are going to see alcohol abuse finish completely, which is great because it frees up an extra 2.52 billion money to spend, which is great, which is really, really good. Nothing to complain about there. Egalitarian society, I'm expecting this to go down. I'm expecting this to end. I'm expecting equality to take a little bit of a dip, with tax shelters being introduced. So just wanted to make that clear. Of course, we are actually after religious membership. That's what we're after. This clearly isn't taking effect yet. How's this technology backwater actually? That's going to go away, which is good. That's what we want to see because we don't want it hanging around for too long, because it does reduce our GDP by 8%, which is not great, to be honest. And this uncompetitive economy actually as well introduces our decreases our GDP by 11%. So we also don't want that to be hanging around. To get rid of this, however, we need to increase productivity. And obviously alcohol abuse, or getting rid of alcohol consumption, is going to up our productivity as well, which is nice. We also need to work on health. That's going to go up. Alcohol abuse, once that goes away, health is going to not skyrocket, but increase at a faster rate. Pollution is still a little bit of a problem, even though it's going down. The environment is pretty good, pretty darn good indeed. We could probably introduce a policy that would reduce the strain on the environment, and we probably will in the coming turns. But for now, we're just going to go to the next turn and think about how we're going to get our credit rating upgraded, because I wouldn't be surprised if it did in fact all go to shit. And look, well, there's a couple of things that have gone right. Crime is almost nil, which is really, really good. Alcohol abuse has ended. That frees up an extra 2.5 billion. Unemployment has gone up. Health has gone up as well, which is good. Poverty has also gone up, however, and that's not great. That's not too good. I'm just thinking, what can we actually do? GDP is literally flatlining at the very bottom. We need to kickstart our economy. However, what I think we're going to do, I think we're probably going to hold off until next turn. Now, the reason we're going to do that, I think, is because overall, having a flat income tax is probably the correct thing to do. 13 political capital per turn, so we're not even going to make it next turn. Maximum political capital. Wow. Wow. Oh, goodness sake. Okay, we don't have... Nobody's very loyal. Well, you're quite loyal. Yeah, okay. We need to get a new welfare minister. Let's get a new capitalist. Yeah, let's get you along. Why not? 4.7 political capital, so that's good. Our maximum political capital is 23, so we can't actually even introduce this tax that we wanted to. It's going to cost us 43. It's not good. We can't even up the income tax, which is terrible, which is absolutely terrible. We're stuck in an endless loop of just not making enough money. And now, if we start to look at it, our debt interest is now a major expense. State pensions, reducing state pensions, we're probably going to have to do that. We're probably going to have to scale it back by pretty much everything. It's going to increase poverty. It's going to make capitalists a little bit more happy with us, but at the same time, that's not really something I'd be wanting to do. Okay, let's scale that right the way back. That's going to save us 10 billion or so. Not even that. That's not even going to be enough to get us out of our sticky situation at the moment. That really shows you how deep we are in trouble. Credit rating has again been downgraded, and we saw a massive spike in our interest there. That is truly worrying. That is very, very worrying. Our income has stayed steady, even though we've massively cut state pensions. How many turns does that turn take to take effect? It takes 2 turns to take effect. Wow. So after cutting 9 billion of our budget, we're still making an almost $15 billion loss. That is not good at all. That is not good. Brain drain looks like it's going to be ending though. Uncompetitive economy should be ending soon. I say soon, I mean not soon. That's not great. But hopefully we'll up our GDP in the very near future, should I say. The environment is actually looking super good. So we actually don't have that many problems, apart from the fact that everybody's homeless, and our environment sucks, and our economy is doing terribly, and we have loads and loads of debts, and our maximum political capital is now 36. So hopefully we'll have enough money next turn to up the income tax substantially, even though that's not what we actually want to do. GDP has actually seen a slight recovery, thank goodness. Crime has gone up again. Why? Why has crime gone up? I don't understand. I do not understand. Probably because unemployment and poverty are quite high. Or sorry, unemployment is quite high. Poverty is quite low. That's quite good. Stress epidemic. I don't think so. But hey-ho, that's okay. What's our deficit looking like? 12 point something billion. 12.77 billion. That's actually not bad. Like this increase in GDP that we've seen is actually very important, because our GDP has recovered at a time where the global economy is not doing too well. We've been quite sort of interesting with our policies. I'm not gonna lie about that. We've been very sort of firing from the hip with our policies. We've not really carefully thought them through, but at the same time, I think that response is very justified, considering we didn't want to fall further into debt. Because look at the moment, we're now spending 20.82 billion, and that wouldn't be such a problem. But the fact that it's almost a quarter of our expenditure, means that we could be spending it well on something else. So the first thing we need to do is get our debt down quite substantially, and the way that we're going to do that is, I want to up the income tax, like what we're getting from income tax. However, it's gonna up brain drain like to the max. Even if we up it to 75%, it's going to increase brain drain by 37 or by roughly 35%. So we don't really want to do that. Brain drain, however, looks like it might be ending soon. Punitive wealth tax. We could probably just cancel this. If we just cancel this policy, it would mean we're losing 141 per turn. But honestly, honestly, if we can get rid of brain drain, which will in turn get rid of the uncompetitive economy, or it'll indirectly get rid of uncompetitive economy because it's going to boost productivity. If we focus on getting rid of the asthma epidemic, and if we focus on getting rid of the technology backwater here, right, then I think we can actually boost our GDP enough to make it worthwhile. However, if we can't do it, then we're gonna be in trouble, substantially. Okay, so we're currently funding it for 1.6. Let's go max. Let's fund this to the max, and hopefully that our increased spending boosts GDP enough to actually start making money again. Because if it doesn't, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We can't just introduce a tax that will solve this for us. We don't have the political capital to do so. So we've got to try and raise our GDP any way that we can, and we're definitely going to. Gambling, we could raise our GDP by a little bit, although we don't really want to. It's going to make religious people even more annoyed with us. And our eventual goal is to increase the religious membership substantially. So that's what we're probably going to aim for. Okay, that's fine. We're on top of things. Let's try and introduce some policies that are good for the environment. What about telecommuting? Telecommuting initiative is pretty popular. It's only going to cost us 278 million if we fund it to the max. It's going to reduce car usage quite substantially, and it's going to reduce the commuter membership. So let's go and do that. Let's see if there's anything else that we can introduce. There probably will be. Cheaply though, there's not much. A carpooling campaign, that could be something. Clean fuel subsidy. I think, yeah, this is probably what we're going to do. That's going to boost up the environment a little bit, so that's why it works for us. And that's pretty much all we have political capital for. However, that should lead to getting rid of this pollution problem, which has sort of been stagnating recently because the environment is sort of stalled. So we want to spur on the environment and reduce car usage any way we can, which is fine. Oh, we can also scale back road building. That's something that we've got to do. That's something that I pretty much always do because it's just not important. So we're probably going to go for that. We don't have the political capital to do that. Didn't want to implement it already. That's fine. That's great. That's fine. That's awesome. Okay. Traffic congestion is going down, which is nice. That's good. Let's go to the next turn and let's try and scale back road building this turn. A capitalist plot. Really? Well, wow. We now have a technological advantage for some reason, even though we have a technology backwater, which is fine. But that means that our technology backwater is going away next turn for good. Chancellor resigns. That's fine. Credit rating upgraded. That is good. That's what we needed to see. Even though we're still running a deficit, a major budget deficit, our GDP has recovered enough to see our interest rate go down. That is substantial. That is really important for us. That is, I can't reiterate how important that is for us. That is really majorly important for us. This brain drain. When is this going away? This is going away next turn. That's good. That is really good. Capitalist happiness is going up. As long as we don't get actually killed by capitalists, by the Battenberg Group, which hopefully we don't, then we'll be in a great position for the future. Organized crime is still there. That's a little bit of a problem. A little bit of a problem indeed. Asthma epidemic is coming down. It's coming down slowly, but it is coming down. Car usage is also hopefully going to be coming down, thanks to the telecommuting initiative. I don't know why the punitive tax on superstores reduces car usage, but I guess, hey-ho if it does. Brain drain, I said, was ending next turn. Pollution is coming down. That's really good. The technology backwater was ending this turn, and an uncompetitive economy will be ending after 2 turns. How great is that? That is really important for us. Homelessness actually also looks like it's coming down. Wow. That is really good. First of all, let's get a new tax person. We want somebody who's, well, we don't want a socialist and a liberal. We want We want a religious capitalist. I think that's probably what we're going to go for. Religious capitalist. Let's hire you. That's fine. That's great. Okay, that'll do it for this episode. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's been OverThePotato. If you've enjoyed, then please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.